Good morning. Namaste. Welcome, everyone. Beautiful to see you all today. So as we arrive on our mats, let's prepare for our practice. Checking that you have your blocks or your low footstool available. We are going to repeat the half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana, where we bring our hand to the earth and lift our leg up behind us. So it will be a balance. And it assists us to have a prop available, or you can always rest your hand on the closest wall, your couch, the end of your bed, whatever is available for you to rest your hand on. Let's settle into Sukhasana, grounding down through your sit bones, lengthening through your spine. Draw your shoulders up towards your ears and slide them down and away. Our mudra for today, the hand gesture to help us guide the energy that we are cultivating, is Pranapan mudra. Pranapan means taking in, pran, absorbing, inhaling, inspiring with positive forward-looking energy. Apan is letting go, releasing, expelling, shedding energy that no longer serves us. So at this point, halfway through the seasons, at the point of equinox, autumn equinox, it is a time to look back on the last half year and look forward to the second half of the year between the two equinoxes, when the Earth's tilt is furthest and closest to our sun in the northern hemisphere. So for the mudra, the pran part is with your right hand. Let's bring your ring and middle, on your right hand, let's bring your index and middle finger to touch. And then your ring and little finger can be extended, and they can be soft or extended with more energy. So it's yogi's choice. So this is pran on the right side. And as you know, the right side is associated with yang, solar energy, dynamic, active energy that we step forward into the world with. On the left hand, let's bring in the middle and ring finger to the thumb. And the index and little finger can be, again, extended or softly curled. And the left side, as you know, is the side that is nurturing. It is the yin side, the receptive side, of the more reflective, introspective side. And it is this side that when we reflect and meditate, that works through and processes and digests our experiences, our thoughts, and then releases those that we no longer need. So Pranapan mudra for today's practice, taking in with the forward looking and letting go, throwing out with the hindsight, the looking back. Closing your eyes or gazing down towards the earth, or sort of softening the gaze. And for the mudra, I like to have my right hand facing up with the pran and the left hand facing down with the apan. Closing your eyes, noticing the journey of your breath here. Following your breath for the first few rounds. The natural ebb and flow, the natural rhythm. And observing whether there's harmony in your breath. Is there a quality of taking in, seeking inspiration, looking forward, expanding with the in-breath? Is there a quality with the out-breath? That is releasing, letting go. Expelling, eliminating after one has digested and processed and taken from the breath what the body needs. And releasing with the breath what the body no longer needs. And this translation from the physical body, the Annamaya kosha, to the subtle energy body, the Pranamaya kosha, these two layers of the body that we initially work with. And then we dig deeper into the Manomaya kosha, the emotional body. And even deeper still, the Vyanamaya kosha, the thinking body. Until we reach the conscious body, beyond the physical, beyond the subtle. And now let's invite equal breath, samavritti, balanced breath. And we will be working with the 16-second breath, 4 counts in, holding the breath in for 4 counts, releasing the breath for 4 counts, holding the breath out for 4 counts. And if 4 counts feels too long, I invite you to shorten to 3 counts, 2 counts. If 4 counts is very comfortable for you, then you are welcome to lengthen the count from 5 to 6. Yogi's choice. But I invite 4 counts as the middle ground from which to go one way or the other. Let's take a full breath in and full breath out through open mouth to prepare. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a full breath in, fill, 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 expand your heart space, expand the belly until you can fill no more. And then through open mouth, let's release the breath fully, making an audible sighing sound. Now let's bring our palms together at our heart center. Open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. And I invite you to chant Om for the past, Om for the present, and Om for the future. And focus on that moment between the past and future, that pause in time where we are now. And where we are cosmically in terms of the cycles of nature, our relationship to the sun, and this moment in time here in our lives. Inhale fully. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Hands to the eyebrow center, Agnya Chakra, Namaste. And welcome, 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 welcome to our equinox practice, autumn equinox practice. So as at this point, as we move from the light and warmth of summer into the dark and cold of winter in the Northern Hemisphere, it is a period of transition. This opportunity to reflect on the past, an opportunity to imagine the future. This time to set our intentions after having learned from the past and knowing what still needs to be done, which energy we need to carry forward. So in today's practice, I invite you to connect with your intention, your sankalpa, for this moment and what you need to carry forward from this moment until the spring equinox. Let's remove your blocks if you're sitting on blocks, perhaps, and placing your fingertips on the earth. Let's reach up and over with the left hand first, bringing your fingers into your the Apana part of the Pranapana Mudra. And then reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge over to the right. And then gaze underneath your left armpit. Looking back here. Breathing into the side body here. One more breath here. Sweep the left arm over to the right and reach up and over with the right. And bring your index and middle finger to your thumb in your Pran Mudra. And then exhale over to the left and gaze underneath your right armpit. Looking forward. Looking to the horizon. What is ahead? What is yet to come? Breathing into the side body here. One more breath. Sweep the right arm round. All the way over to behind your back and bring the left hand to the right knee. Gaze over the right shoulder. Still keeping this view on the future. Breathing deep into your belly. One more breath. And yes, we're going to sweep through center and take our left hand behind us and gaze over the left shoulder. Looking back at the lessons, the teachings, the learnings that we have encountered. And what is useful for us? What has supported us in arriving in this moment? Knowing that this may be useful for us. Meditating on those lessons. One more breath here. Inhale back to center. Let's bring both hands to the earth. Reach your hands forward and let's bow down towards the earth here in a forward fold. Showing gratitude to the earth and the work that it does to move us towards the sun, to the cycles of nature, to the lessons that the earth teaches us. One more breath here. Let's walk your hands back towards your body. Take your hands behind your back towards each other. So you can be on your fingertips or on the palms of your heart. Draw your shoulder blades together. Open your heart. Lift your chin and lift your gaze. And gaze here towards the place where your wall meets the ceiling. Your drishti is upward and forward. So a gentle back bend here. One more breath here. Take a moment. And as you release your arms from here, let's bring them parallel to the earth, out, reaching out. So imagining this axis across your body as the horizon. So the equinox is when the sun spends as much time below the horizon as above the horizon. Inspiring your fingertips here. And then perhaps bringing your right hand into your mudra and into your pran. Remember, index and middle finger to your thumb. And the left hand, the ring and middle finger to the thumb. One more breath here. Let's cross our arms to the front. Take the left elbow on top of the right elbow and either bring the backs of your hands together or wrap your fingers round. Eagle arms, Garudasana. Lifting your elbows. So here, the past and present meet in this moment. The left and right harmonize. So this is an integration. This point of integration of cosmic equanimity, of equilibrium, of harmony. One more breath here. Let's open out the arms. Again, take your hands into your mudras. Pranapan, right hand in pran, left hand in apan. Opening out across the heart space. And again, we're going to bring our arms parallel and cross the right elbow over the left this time. And backs of hands or left fingertips on the right palm. Lifting your shoulders. Again, integrating. Bringing the body into balance. Knowing that where the sun is moved into the sign of Libra, Lady Justice. And justice is a concept that evades and eludes some, supports and offers its benefits to others. I'm thinking about whether there is balance within this justice. Is there equity in justice? One more breath here. Open out your arms one more time. And then let's bring your hands to the earth. Come directly onto your knees. Tuck your toes here for a moment. And coming into toe squat. And I invite you to wrap your left hand behind your back, perhaps to your right elbow, or resting on. And then let's drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. One more breath here. Release the left hand from the right elbow. Bring your head back to center. Let's wrap the right hand behind us and perhaps to the left elbow. And drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. And I'm maintaining a mudra. One more breath here. One more breath here. And then let's release the hand, bring the head back to center. Bring your hands to the earth, untuck your toes. Take a moment here, and then let's inhale and exhale into cat, cow, Marjariasana, and Vinyasana. Inhaling to raise your gaze, raise your tailbone. Allowing that movement to start at the spine and working all the way through. Exhaling to round. From the tail, lowering your gaze and looking behind you here. Inhaling to look forward, taking in the view, the horizon, anticipating what is to come. Exhaling to look back, letting go. One more round here of cat-cow. Marjariasana, Vinyasana cycle. Moving with the breath. Returning to neutral. Let's extend the right leg long behind you. Tuck the right foot. Take a moment here. Inhale, draw the left fingertips up to the sky. Gazing towards your Apana Mudra. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath the right arm, bringing your left shoulder and ear to the mat. And you have the option of keeping the right fingertips on the earth or lifting the right hand to the sky. And again, you can bring your hand in your Apana Mudra, your Prana Mudra rather. Index and middle finger to the thumb. One more breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, come back to center. Take a moment here and then lift the right leg parallel. Reach forward with your left hand. Balancing here for a moment. Exhale, hand to the earth. Bring the knee to the earth. Let's go the other way. Tuck, extending the left leg and tucking the toes. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. So my hand is in prana. Exhaling, thread the right arm under the left, bringing the right shoulder near to the mat. You can keep the left hand on the earth. You can reach up to the sky with it. One breath more. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale to rise. Lift the left leg parallel and reach forward with your Apana Mudra. Your Prana Mudra with the right hand. Exhale, hands to the earth, knee to the earth. Tuck your toes and let's rise into Parvatasana, mountain. And pedal your feet here. Looking back. One more breath, coming to stillness, checking your alignment. Fingertips pointing forward, ears between your elbows, tailbone reaching up, perhaps a soft bend in your knees. Let's walk your hands back to the back of your mat, coming into a forward fold here. Relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. Perhaps you take hold of opposite elbows. Tailbone reaching up. Take a moment. And here I'm going to invite you to take your feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes out, bend into your knees and come into Malasana, squat pose here. So for your squat, I'll move to the middle of the mat so you can see what I'm doing. So you can sit on your blocks. Or you can be hovering on the earth here. Yogi's choice. You could be sitting on your low footstool, or you can sit directly on the earth. Hands in prayer to start with, and then we'll move our hands around here. So let's take our right hand into the pran and left hand in your palm. This for 3 rounds. Inhaling, then hands to center. Take a breath there, and then inhale to rise with the right hand to the sky. Exhaling to center. Inhaling to rise. And if you get tired sitting in Malasana, remember you can come to the earth with your sit bones supported. One more round here. And then pressing into the earth, inhale to rise with your legs, turning your toes forward so you are at the back of your mat here. Unfurl your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. You can maintain this wide stance with your feet. And then find something on the horizon that's not going to move, that's going to be steady. We're moving directly into tree pose here. So you're at the back of your mat, thinking back in time, looking forward to where you're moving. Bring your feet a little bit closer, hip distance wide, lift your toes, uncurl, and then place them on the earth. Let's shift the weight into the left leg. Bring your right heel to the ankle, to the inside of the lower leg, or to the upper leg. Your hands can be down towards the earth. You can use your hands to support you here as well. Yogi's choice. And when you are feeling balanced in the left leg, inhale, rise your hands up towards the sky. Reaching up towards the sky, gazing at the horizon. Thinking about what you are letting go and releasing, just as the autumn leaves on the trees begin to shed and release into the earth. One more breath here. Exhale, hands and feet down. Take a moment and then quarter turn to face the long side of your mat. Inhale, hands reach overhead. Take hold of the right wrist. As you exhale, let's bend over to the left. Take your right toes behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot. Exhale over to the left. I'll move over so you can see me. Gaze down towards the earth. One breath here. Inhale back to center, release your hands. Let's step across the mat, coming into a wide-legged stance here. Open out your arms, Tadasana star pose. Turn your toes and bend into your knees to come into goddess pose here. Let's bring the arms parallel and then take the left arm above the right arm, coming into eagle arms. So backs of hands or left fingertips on the right fingertips on the left palm. You can stay here with the feet fully connected with the earth, or you can rise onto the balls of your feet here. One breath here in Devi Asana. We are approaching Navaratri, the 9 nights and 10 days of the goddess, or the Devi. Lower your heels if they're lifted. Straighten through your legs. Exhale and hinge halfway. Perhaps you can maintain a soft bend in your knees to avoid locking out the knees. One breath more. Diving down close to the earth. Maintaining Garudasana arms. One more breath. Bending into your knees. Let's rise up back into the Virasana. Uncross your arms, open them out wide. Straighten through your legs. Turn the toes to the right. Hinge over as far as you can go. And then bring your right hand down towards the earth. Left hand onto your left hip. Or reaching up towards the sky. Trikonasana. So you can see what we're doing. The sequence we're following is the moon salutation sequence for balance. As we're moving from the yang into the yin, from the solar into the lunar, from the light into the shadows. One breath here in Trikonasana. Bend into your right knee. Rise up into Warrior Two, Mahavirabhadrasana. Have your left hand in prana. So your index and middle finger are connected with your thumb. So this is the Pran-Apan Mudra. Slight variation on Pran Mudra. Left hand, ring finger and middle finger with thumb. One more breath here. Then drop the left hand or wrap it around your lower back. Reach up and over for Shanti Warrior, Peaceful Warrior. Gaze down towards the left outer edge of the foot or underneath your armpit. So you can gaze up towards the sky. One more breath here. From here, we're going to cartwheel our arm into the moon pose. So let's take our block and place it at the top of the mat. Exhaling, cartwheel your right arm down towards your block, your footstool, your chair, or the wall. Wherever you can find to support you here. Release that left arm. And then turn on the ball of your left foot, slightly hop it forward, and then lift the left leg off the earth. This left hand can be on the hip, or you can be reaching up towards the sky. I'm just going to give myself some more space because my dog is always so close to me. The left hand is with a Apan Mudra. Flex the left foot here. One more breath. Bend into your left knee and step it forward to meet the right foot. Half forward fold here. Relax your head. Soften your shoulders. Forward fold here. So we're going to go back into Malasana. Squat, yogi squat, and then transition to tree pose. So let's take our feet as wide as the mat and bring your sit bones lower to the earth or directly onto the earth. And I'm going to turn and face you so you can see. So you can be sitting directly on the earth, like so, and hands at your heart. So we've journeyed along our mat. We've moved from the past to the front of our mat, to the present moment. Looking ahead is your drishti for the future. Let's bring our hands into our Pranapan, left fingers to the sky. Gaze up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. Exhale to the heart. So 3 rounds here. Moving with your own breath. And if you do an extra one or one less than me, I always do. I carry on until I realize I've gone way over my count. I'm going to do one more over to the right. And then exhale, hands to the heart, bring them to the earth. Inhale, straighten through your legs. Take a moment here, and then let's unfurl our spine one vertebrae at a time to come into standing mountain at the top of our mat. Tadasana, gazing ahead at the horizon. So thinking about this moment in time when the earth is moving further away from the sun, is tilting on its axis away from the sun for the first time this year, rather than moving on its axis towards the sun. Coming into your Tadasana, shifting the weight into the right leg. Bring the heel to the left ankle, lower leg, or your inner thigh, yogi's choice. And connect here. Connect here with the earth through the right foot. And when you're ready and you feel that this connection is strong, let's lift the hands up towards the sky. And maintain your gaze, your drishti on the horizon, the point at which the sun sets and rises each day, each night. That with each sunset we can let go, and with each sunrise we can embrace and look forward. Bringing harmony and balance. Exhale, hands to your heart, foot to the earth. And then let's take a quarter turn to face the long side of the mat. Inhale, hands overhead, take hold of the left wrist. Take the ball of the left foot behind, bending into your knees, exhale over to the right. Breathing here into your side body. Inhale, step center, step across your mat. Open out your arms, Tadasana, star pose. Bending into your knees, turning your knees to face the same direction as your heels. Let's bring this time the right elbow over the left. And backs of the hands or left fingertips in your palms, Garudasana. So Devi pose, Devyasana with Garudasana arms. And again, you can stay here with your heels planted on the earth, or you can lift onto the balls of your feet for balance. One more breath here, lower your heels. And then let's come halfway. So tailbone reaching back, crown reaching forward. Perhaps you keep a soft bend in your knees to avoid locking them out. So here, again, thinking about this integration, this balance, moving into these three places from the past to the present to the future. Or here as we're moving in reverse. Exhale, hands to the earth. Crown softens, neck softens, shoulders soften. Perhaps your fingertips connect with the earth here. One more breath, bend into your knees. Inhale to rise. Devyasana. Straighten through the legs, open out your arms, turn the left toes to point to the back of your mat now. Hinge over to the left, and then exhale, left hand down towards the earth onto a block. The right hand can be on your hip, Trikonasana variations. So this practice has very much a much calmer, softer, more meditative aspect to it. You will note that your breath maintains a steady pace throughout this practice. This practice isn't about feeling out of balance. Practice is about being in a reflective mood while we move through our practice, through the different asana, to bring a sense of harmony, integration. One more breath here, bend into that left knee. Rise in Mahaviradrasana. And now we're looking over to the left. The Pran, Pan, Mudra of the left hand is middle and ring finger to the thumb. Connecting here with the lessons we have learned, with all that we have experienced, intending for it to make us wiser, to give us the wisdom to make different choices in the future. One more breath here. And now we're going to do this thing where we bring the cartwheel arm over and turn onto the ball of our left foot. So left hand on your block. I'm going to lift the right leg off the earth here. And this right hand can be on the space. Right hand can be on your hip for balance. And remember, you can be holding onto the wall if you don't have a block or bolster near you. And this right hand can reach up towards the sky. So my left hand can be on the wall or on the earth. Flex the right foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. One more breath here. Then let's bend into that right foot and bring the right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Soften, relax here. And then unfurl the spine to rise up. To come to standing Tadasana. Take a moment here. Let's move to the center of our mat. Connect with Samavriti Pranayama, equal count breath. So I invite you to stand in Tadasana. Feet hip distance wide. Lift your toes and place them on the earth one by one. Bend into your knees to ground down into the earth. Squeeze the Mula Bandha by squeezing your pelvis. Engage the Uddiyana Bandha by knitting in the ribs. Roll your shoulders up and away. And bring your hands into your mudra. Pranapan mudra. Right hand, index and middle connected to thumb. Left hand, middle and ring connected to thumb. So with the right hand, we're connected to the elements of ether and air, Vayu and Akash. With the left hand, I must remember my lesson rights. We're connected to earth through the ring finger. Ether and earth, Akash and Prithvi. And the thumb represents fire, Tejas, Agni. Counting your breath, inhaling for 4, holding for 4, or your variation. Exhaling for 4, holding the breath out for 4. So you can be at 3, 4, 5, yogi's choice. Take a moment here. When you finish your cycle of Samavritti, let's shift the weight into the left leg. And your option for your right ankle is crossing it onto your left thigh, just above the knee, or bringing the foot, the ball of the foot, to the earth. So if you maintain the connection with the earth, this will give you more support. Or you can bring your left foot onto your right foot onto your left thigh. And then sink here. This figure of four, or Shiva pose. So we did Lakshmi pose, the Deviyasana pose. This is the counterbalance. Shiva. Shiva represents stillness, inert energy, consciousness. The Devi poses represent Shakti, the chemical energy that causes the reaction. One more here, and then inhale, straighten, and release that leg. And again, ground down in your Tadasana, standing mountain. Connect with Samavritti Pranayam, taking this 16-second cycle, 12 seconds, 20 seconds, breathing in for an equal count, holding in for an equal count, breathing out for an equal count, holding out for an equal count. Doing one round here. And when you've completed your round, again bending into that right knee, left, right, yes. And then crossing the left ankle, either crossing the leg and bringing the ball of the left foot to the earth, and then bending here, or bringing that ankle directly above the knee of the right leg. And then sinking here towards the earth. Integrating this inert and active energy. Bringing equilibrium to our practice. Connecting with this place of balance. This halfway point where light meets shadow, dark meets light, where the day meets the night, where the summer meets the winter. One more breath here, straightening through your leg. Let's come down directly to the earth. We'll come through Malasana, so reaching up, exhaling, bending into your knees and bringing your hands down to the earth. Take a moment here, connecting with the earth, again gazing down to the earth. And then come onto your sit bones. Take a moment here. Extend the left leg long, fold in the right foot to meet the left thigh. Turn your gaze over to the left leg. As you exhale, let's fold over the left leg. Janushirasana. One more breath here. Inhale to release your hands wherever they're resting and walk your hands back towards your body, unfurl your spine. Let's take the right hand behind, left hand on heart and lift the sit bones here. And then soften here. Left hand overhead perhaps or on your heart. Gaze down towards the earth. Exhale, sit bones to the earth. Let's bring the right foot here. Take a moment here. Left hand behind you, this time right hand on your heart. And then lift your sit bones again, coming onto the ball of your right foot. And again, you can soften your right arm overhead. Exhale to the earth, moving with grace. Crossing the right leg over the left. Let's come into a seated twist by wrapping the left arm round our right knee and taking the right hand behind us. We can bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Yogi's choice. I'm choosing to maintain some softness today. One more breath. Turn your gaze to center, counter twist over to the left, and then let's uncross that right leg and fold in the left foot to the right thigh. Turn your heart over your right leg and exhale to fold over the right leg. And let's keep everything soft as we're at the end of our practice. So we want to maintain some softness here. Softness ready to embrace. Softness ready to let go. One more breath here. And then walk your hands back towards your body, unfurling your spine. Take your left hand behind you, right hand on your heart, and then inhale, lift your sit bones. You can reach overhead with your right hand. This time I invite you to gaze up towards the sky. One more breath. Exhale, hand to your heart, sit bones to the earth. Let's bring the left foot onto the earth, hugging your knee in. And we take the left hand behind us. Oh no, we take the right hand behind us, left hand to the heart. And then inhale, lift again, coming onto the ball of your left foot. And this time, let's take the left hand overhead. And again, I invite you to gaze up. One more breath. Exhale, hand to your heart, sit bones to the earth. Cross this leg over. And wrap your right arm around your left knee and take the left hand behind you. And gaze over your left shoulder. And now as we come to this point of transition, of transformation, from one season to the next, from one half of the year into the next, this turning point, as the days get shorter, the nights get longer. Imagine that you are a reed bending to life with flexibility, open to new ways, open to change. Yet you are perfectly in balance. As you grow, one more breath here. Turn to your foot, counterbalance over to the right. Inhale, center, uncross your legs. And you have a few minutes now. If you wish to come to the earth in Shavasana, lower your back to the earth. And in Shavasana, arms away from the body, legs away from the body. And have your hands in your Pranapan Mudra. Right hand, index and middle to thumb. Left hand, ring and middle to thumb. Taking in, letting go. Absorbing, releasing. In balance, integrated. this balancing act between the duality of nature itself, of the seasons, of the days and nights, of the yin and the yang, the whole spectrum, from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum, and in the middle, this area that we can move in and out of in our emotions, our thoughts, our physical health. Knowing that we are not static, stuck, stagnant. We are ever changing, ever shifting, ever evolving. Just as nature continues to progress, to change. Take a full breath here in your Shavasana. Feeling the heart space, the belly. And then sigh the breath out, making an audible sound of release. Turn your head from left to right. Inhale to gather in your knees, hugging them tightly. And then roll over onto one side, using one arm as a pillow for your head, the other hand to steady and stabilize you as you rise into your seat, your Sukhasana. Bring your hands together at your heart center, closing our practice by chanting the mantra that we've been working with this week. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Showing gratitude to all that we have learned and all that has taught us. The earth, the seasons, our family, our teachers, whoever and whatever the source of your learning. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. And then closing with Om Shanti. And each Shanti for the past, the present, the future. Inhale to prepare. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hands to your eyebrow center. Dhanyavad. And thank you, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share as usual. And tomorrow, Sunday, is Radical Yogi Book Club with Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Ido Lodge. She's been a bestseller this year, but she wrote this book years and years ago. So we've got, even if you haven't read the book, I want to talk us through each of the key themes. So please feel free to join me from 4 o'clock. You can go to my website to book. And otherwise, I'll see you at Yin. Thank you, everyone.